What's my theme music? Let's get to the facts, you know talking cheap. I'm just fucking recreate shit, being in my bag, bitch. I'm doing real time.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is you talking about?
Who the hell is Kiana, Tommy?
Kiana who?
Oh, you dumb now? You know who I'm talking about.
I don't know no fucking Kiana, man.
Hello. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Talk is Cheap with Kiana J. I am your host, Kiana J. I am here on Tuesday, May 8th. No.
Wow.
March. You still sleep?
March.
You done forgot all about Easter and
Yeah, shit. I don't know why I said May.
because it started with an M.
Hey, Rado. I do in May that I'm planning for to Vegas in Arizona. So that's probably I got a lot of stuff going on. Surgery and everything in May. So there's a lot going on. So it's March 8th. On a Tuesday night. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Talk Cheap with Kiana J. As y'all can see, I got my co-host back in the building. I know y'all missed her. She ain't been here the last month.
I hope y'all did.
And we have allegedly Alexis here to give us the celebrity and local news. Take it away, Alexis.
Okay, so I'm starting to write off Queen Elizabeth is not dead. Because last week y'all told me that she was dead.
She damn near dead though.
Well, yeah, she is 95.
Oh,
Like 100 or something.
She 95. But they said that I remember who was it? I don't think it was you, Keon, but y'all said that she was dead, but she's not dead. She did test positive for COVID. But she was seen today or yesterday alive and COVID free. She held her
95-year-old, you know that B code. They lying.
She ain't never had it. You know she a witch.
It's a conspiracy because how you still alive and you had COVID?
I
At 95.
And you 95 at that, yeah.
I thought Trump. Yeah, I thought Trump was gonna die from it, but I guess
all the people that done died, elderly people that died, how the hell she's fine? I mean, I can't take away her angels or nothing like that, but it seems very suspicious.
Maybe it got something to do with money.
They could have left Betty White.
Or power. Okay.
Betty White died, huh? She got money. Well, we know that, but still, Betty White could have stayed.
I think so too. We could have made a swap. But she held her first major in-person meeting today with Canadian Prime Minister Justin. She was photographed without her face mask because she said she hates wearing them and she wants everything to go back normal. So,
hey, brother, I see you.
How much sense does that make?
Yeah, that you don't want to wear and then she caught it because she don't wear masks. And then she had her first meeting today and still says she's not gonna wear them. So, the Good Times actor Johnny Brown passed away. I'm not sure if y'all watched.
I seen that, yeah.
Good Times, but I love me some Good Times. He was 80.
Who he is? Which one?
Johnny Brown. I think he was the neighbor or something like that.
Yeah. Buffalo butt.
Yes. He died at the age of 84. The family hasn't said what the cause of death is yet, but they're extremely sad and heartbroken. So they're just asking everybody to respect their time and pray for them. Michael B. Jordan and Will Smith is coming out. They're joining forces for an I Am Legend sequel. So both of them will be starring in the movie and producing it. They haven't said who will be the director of the film yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a great movie. I Am Legend 1 was great. Will Smith is a great actor. Michael B. Jordan is a great actor. So,
hello, cousin. Hey, coming from YouTube.
That should be good.
Aaron Rodgers agrees to stay with the Green Bay Packers. He will play for another 4 years and gain $200 million. This has made him the highest paid player in the NFL history. He will get a whopping of 153 million guaranteed to him, and his cap number goes down. I don't watch football, so I don't know what that means with the cap number and everything.
He getting paid a whole lot of money to be somewhere where he doesn't want to be, but he's gonna be here because
of the money.
That's what the money is. This is where the money.
He doesn't want to be here.
Go where the money.
You could tell off the last game they played, he didn't want to be here anymore.
Noonie, don't call me baby on here. Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah, he really. I mean, I would stay for the money too, but it's kind of overrated with him being the highest paid NFL player.
You gotta. I feel like as a celebrity or a sports person, you're supposed to do it out of love, like it's your passion. Not
passion is what he really want to do. Yeah.
You can,
when he first came here, it was all good. He was compassionate and all that. Now it's like, fuck it, I'm just here for the check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And that's not because there's some real diehard football Packer fans, and you shouldn't do that.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, but we doing a segment of the news right now. Okay.
Kim Kardashian is officially declared single and divorced from Kanye West. She dropped her name West ASAP off of everything, off of Instagram. So she went back to her main name Kardashian. She didn't waste no time.
So he signed the papers.
He signed the papers. This divorce was quicker than the one that she had for 69 days.
Right.
This was real fast. I thought that with it being Kanye West, she was gonna have trouble. You know, he wasn't gonna try to give it to her, but she got her divorce. So
he still ain't gonna leave her alone. So that don't make no difference.
I mean, he next door.
He needs to quit stalking that lady for real.
I don't even think it's her. It's he more infatuated with Pete Davidson.
A man can't stand when another man had a woman. That's just like period. We ain't. That's just it. Somebody else laying that pipe. He don't like that shit.
Well, speaking of men, this man don't care because he filed for a divorce. Raymond Santana filed for a divorce from Delicious. If y'all know Delicious, she played on Flavor.
Yeah, I knew that one go last.
From Flavor of Love. After nearly 2 years of marriage, Delicious took to Instagram and called him out for being a narcissist, being a complete liar, a cheater, and everything. But he said he don't care.
Yeah, I think she got into it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, he was getting that money right after that lawsuit, and they don't even seem like they would date. Like that don't even seem like
opposite.
Yes.
Well, what
opposites attract, but for that,
you gotta work on him. Yeah. So
he got a lot of mental stuff going on.
Mental and psychological and everything that's going on with.
Yeah, it's gonna take a strong woman to get him back together.
Yes. He filed the legal documents.
Exactly.
He filed the
like that ain't gonna stick around for people, men like that.
Yeah,
right.
The money,
you know.
Right. She Aaron Rodgers.
Don't save her.
Well, he filed the legal documents in Georgia stating that their marriage is broken with no hope of reconciliation. After she posted how upset she was and backstabbed, a guy actually posted a video of him and her together, him and Delicious together, saying a husband and a boyfriend is temporary, but a side nigga is forever.
Oh, well, there you have it.
Well,
so, and then her husband, Raymond, tagged the dude and was like, I don't care, you can have her. So he's not going to be a Kanye West in this situation.
You know.
He's unbothered. The Supreme Court had asked to review. Wait, what did I say? Supreme Court asked to review the overturned decision of Bill Cosby conviction, and they refused, stating that they would now. Wait, what did I say? The Supreme Court asked to review the overturned conviction of Bill Cosby, and they refused it. They said that they're going to leave it in place with the previous decision by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that he will walk away as a free man and his days of battling back and forth in court are over. Which I'm glad, because I love me some Bill Cosby. Why are you looking like that?
I thought he was a freak. Oh, okay.
No, but they always can appeal to the.
Yeah. And so the Supreme Court basically just came back with their decision, like, we're not gonna keep going through this and dragging him back and forth in the court. He's free.
He should have never went to jail anyway because he did the deposition.
Mm-hmm.
Where
I
he
like me some Bill Cosby
and all that. So once you do that, see, that's why I go to school for criminal justice, because he can sue them, but obviously he not, because he just want to be done and over with it.
Yeah.
Well, he old shit. Who want to keep fighting?
But if I was like 45, I would sue the shit out of them because he should have never been in prison in the first place.
Just because they trying to play with him, they done did all of this. He done got beat up in jail and all type of shit.
Once you go in front of that little grand jury thing and you admit to what you did and you sign on papers, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And they still.
Hey, cousin.
Okay, now Drake lawyer files a temporary restraining order against the woman who has been harassing, stalking him since 2017. The woman, who is unnamed, is 29 years old, and she was previously arrested and convicted for trespassing at his Hidden Hills estate back in April of 2017.
How'd she get in?
Now she didn't stop there. The woman has been threatening him and his 4-year-old son, sending him emails saying, "Put a bullet through your head now, bitch." In addition, she has been trying to track Drake down due to a $4 billion defamation case she has against him. And now she is seeking to put out a restraining order of her own for him.
Yes, mental problem.
She gonna take him out.
$4 billion though?
She got a mental problem.
$4 billion.
Yeah, dog. So it ain't the one that put the hot sauce up her cootie cat, right?
No, I think this is a different one.
Okay.
It's too many to keep up. And they keep leaving them unnamed and stuff. I need to know some names. I want to refer to them who their names are. So now alleged text messages between the woman who claims Chris Brown drugged and raped her show she continued to blow him up after he ghosted her, telling him that he was the best she ever had. Do he just want sex from her, or can they at least chill sometimes? It's okay if he do want to just continue to just fuck her, because she just basically want to know her place, her role in his life. She said.
That's why she mad. Hey, son. Hey, Webby.
But they posted, she done, after this rape, she done posted, they showed the text messages. She done sent him multiple nudes. They done played the voicemail. She done left him.
Not gonna do none of that.
You trying to sue this man? You trying to sue this man for all this money, saying he drugged you, and that's not what happened.
No, she mad because he ain't wife up. That's all that it was.
Yes. So I'm gonna read, quote unquote. This is what it says: alleged text message between Chris Brown and the woman who has accused him of drugging and raping him, or raping her, were obtained by police in Miami in late December of 2020, while the singer was on the yacht docked outside of Diddy's mansion. According to communications obtained by Radar, the lady began courting Brown with sexual explicit language, bare naked selfies almost immediately after she claimed that he raped her. She sued Brown for
trash.
She sued Brown for $20 million in Los Angeles Superior Court on January 27, 2022, over a year after she claimed the assault. The woman claimed Brown had served her a mixture of a drink in Diddy's Star Island kitchen after discussing music profession. The report alleges Brown gave her advice about starting her career in the music industry and then refilled her cup. He then walked her to her room, closed the door, and held her against her will, stopped her, prevented her from leaving, and raped her. He then told her the next day that she should take a Plan B pill.
And should.
I mean, but that just goes to show that it's just a lot. They even showed the messages where she was asking him for ecstasy, asking him for drugs. She claimed that he drugged her, but she's in the messages asking him for ecstasy, and he's telling her, "I don't have it. I don't normally have that. It's only around me when my friends have it." So this gonna be a long case with them. But him and his lawyer both reached out.
It's
Because
not.
my thing, why you not pursuing criminal charges?
He is. He tweeted, he said, well, he put on Twitter, he says, no more dragging me through the mud. Clearly, you can see the cap. Now, let's see if the media will keep that same energy they had trying to destroy me and run the real story. Me and my team are taking legal action on this situation. You don't play with people's lives like that.
No, I'm talking about her. She was just suing for the money.
Yes. Because she ain't
for-
get that baby. That's why.
You didn't pull up no criminal charges. If I'm raped, I'm going to the police. You're going to jail. Who gives a fuck about some money?
Okay.
So if you up front just suing him for some money, that's what it's about. It's just money.
Yeah.
Well, he drugged her and raped her. But then who does? If somebody drugged me and raped me, why would I continue to send them nudes after the fact? Yeah, this happened in 2020. This is now 2022. It's 2 years later. You still texting this man. You done moved to Hollywood to try to move closer to him.
Yeah, she a stalker.
Yeah.
So I hope he really sticks through with it. It's females like her that makes it hard for the real victims to come forward because of the stuff that she's doing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'll keep tabs on this case with Drake and Chris Brown because I love both of them.
Yeah,
And I don't want to see neither one of them.
Chris Brown is people now. Drake, I'm not seeing that.
Chris Brown is my baby daddy.
I don't really, I like some of his music. He alright.
Who you like? Who?
I like Chris Brown. Drake, he alright.
Oh, Drake, he alright.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you not love Chris Brown?
We from another mother. We light skinned, but we still some dark niggas. Like, you don't understand.
He's not a dark nigga.
No, it's all about the way Chris Brown can sing. Chris Brown can dance.
I see I've been gone too long.
Donnie don't want Drake because he put a heart in his head.
Exactly. That's
why.
He did that for his son.
That's no dark nigga shit. The fuck?
He did that for his son. Leave him alone. Don't you do things for your kids?
Not at all.
But that is all the celebrity news I have for today. So I will keep tabs on these stories as they're developing, and I will give more to you guys next week.
All right. Thank you for another week of good news, Alexis. I appreciate it. And I'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye, ladies.
Bye. So let's get to it. So this show is about postpartum depression. Now, I was sitting down. This show came in last minute because I was actually at my sister's house, which is right here. Ebony is my guest. I was there for the weekend. She did these beautiful nails I have on. Yeah. And I was watching Growing Up Hip Hop, and something really pissed me off on there. And yes, I like that. So JoJo Simmons was complaining about his wife not giving him enough attention. Okay. So basically, she had just had a baby, and she trying to get back in the groove of things. And she got a little 2-year-old running around and all this other stuff going on with her. And then he said, but what he said was because his sisters was like, it's new, and he was like, oh, we've been through this before. It ain't new. Every baby is new. You don't know what that person dealing with a different situation. You know what I'm saying? At that time, like I didn't have postpartum with my oldest 2 kids. I had it with my last child. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, every baby is new. Every baby is different. Every situation is different. She going through a lot. You insecure about your body. You insecure about the way your husband. Then you got to take care of your husband, your 2 kids. Do housely wife duties, everything else. It's a lot for a woman. You get, especially in postpartum depression. Like, men are so selfish, and I'm so mad about it because
even if your hormones are off balance,
yes,
your hormones back.
And
so even if she wasn't married, no nothing, you could be single and go through it and still have struggles and all that stuff.
My thing with that is with singleness and everything is just the point of we carry as women a lot, and for me, a lot of men to just blow off our feelings or how we feeling or the things we need from them is bullshit.
His mama should have slapped him upside the head because he knows all the kids that she got.
His punk bitch ass pissed me off, and I'm saying it. I don't give a fuck. Like, and anybody that think like that, because all I heard was, "What about me? What about me? What about me, nigga?
Right.
Fuck you right now!" Like, like, come on, like, Abney, you been through postpartum, right?
Yep, I experienced it with my son, and the thing is, I thought. Like when I had my daughter 11 years ago, but I have a 2-year-old, and I really didn't even know that I was experiencing it until, like I told you the one story where like I literally was like sitting on the toilet. And the thing is, I thought that I was going just through the emotions of having a baby, trying to get my, hormones back together, all that stuff. But I remember like I was sitting on the toilet and I don't remember what I was watching, but whatever it was funny. It was like super duper funny to the point I started laughing. Then I started laughing like hysterically. Then I just started sobbing, like literally just crying. And as I'm crying, I'm like, why am I crying?
Outside, can't go get her.
So there was no reason to cry or nothing like that. But like, that's when it hit me like, bitch, you're going through postpartum. And here's the thing. There's a difference. There's postpartum and then there's postpartum depression.
Mm-hmm.
Postpartum is what you go through just after having a baby, getting your hormones back balanced, sleep deprivation, just trying to adjust with a new human being, being in the house and getting back comfortable and adjusted to an extra person, being in the house. That's postpartum. Postpartum depression is when you're sad, when you crying, when you don't know, like what's wrong with you. If somebody asks you like what's wrong, like I used to feel that way. Like I couldn't tell nobody that I was going through postpartum depression because I want to talk people with like, if I can tell you, but you can't fix it, I'm not going to tell you. Because I just rather deal with it because it's like, what am I? You can't help me with this. And I remember feeling that way. Like if I tell anybody that like I'm literally feeling down and out, not to the point like I ever thought like hurting my kids or whatever. Like I was happy to have my children, but I remember it would be some moments where like I would be holding my son and I'd just be sad. Like, just holding him, like loving on him, but like inside feeling so low. And it literally, like, I want to say it went away maybe 3 months later, 4 months later after giving birth to him. And during that time, like, I experienced hair loss from it. And I'm not talking about your little hair shedding. I'm talking about, like, I can go like that and, like, my hair was coming out. And I was like, like, what the hell? Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I know that's part of postpartum, like when you lose your hair and stuff like that. But I remember also I had put a picture up on Facebook and it was a picture of me when I was looking like just cute to me. Like I wasn't even like, it wasn't like a dressed up type of picture. It was just like I felt pretty that day. And like I put like a status of like, I miss this, I miss her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because really, like when you go through postpartum, it's kind of like you like you're outside of your body and you're seeing somebody else just struggling to maintain life, struggling to just keep pushing, struggling to keep going. And any little thing, a trigger you to go into like a sunken place that you don't want to be in. And the thing is, like, too, like, even just going through postpartum period, it's like things are a little bit slower. So, like, for anybody to be selfish enough to want like this attention and all that stuff like that, it's like you get put on a back burner until I can get myself together because first of all, I have to be a mother. I have to be a mother to this child first. And then anybody else, get some pieces of me when you can, because you literally feel like you're stretched in all type of directions. And to add depression on top of that, like postpartum depression, it's like you don't even want to do the things that you're being stretched in different directions to do. Like, you just want to sleep. You just want, like, you know what I'm saying? You just want the next day to hurry up and come so that you could be done and keep it, you know what I'm saying, moving forward until you get up out of that postpartum depression, until you feel like yourself again, until you feel that you're pretty again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different elements that come with it. You feel like there's not enough time in the day. You feel like, you know what I'm saying, one wrong move and the world is going to hate you. You feel like you're not satisfying your kids enough. You're not making your kids happy, that you're doing something wrong. You know, I remember, like, I was nursing again, and I spilled literally like 2 ounces of breast milk, and I just cried. And it was like, you're going to pump them again. Like, you know what I'm saying? These reproducing. Like, you know, you're going to pump them again. But in that moment, it was just like, the world is, you know, at me. And it was so crazy because it's like, it's an inside battle, because mentally I was like, Ebony, you are right. Like, you cool. But like, I could not help but feel overwhelmed, you know. And postpartum is just the things that you go through after having a child, and your hormones, of course, is one of them. They're all out of whack. You're going to cry and all that. But postpartum depression is where, like, you literally cannot control being happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have the world around you and you still gonna feel lonely. You still gonna feel lost. You still gonna question every motive that you do, because you wonder if you're doing it right or wrong. It's a lot. And I never thought that I would go through postpartum depression on top of that. And I was going through some other stuff too. And I just remember, like, breaking down to the person that was like causing like outside issues on top of my postpartum depression. I was like, imagine how you would feel, your hair falling out, you crying for no reason, just to be getting verbally abused by somebody else. Like, this is too much, you know. And the thing is, like, it takes for, like, even, I'm gonna be honest, it takes for like the opposite sex to really make you feel low going through postpartum.
Oh my God, they make you feel the lowest.
They'll say one wrong thing to you and you'll be like, you're right. Like, maybe I am that. You know what I'm saying? You start.
They make you feel like you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Men have no comprehension of what women go through. Postpartum JoJo is being completely selfish. Why is you over there pointing to you though? But it's facts. But it's just, my thing is instead of some men being supportive like they should be, like, you know what I'm saying, we as women go through a lot emotionally especially after we have children, because most likely we doing most of the stuff by ourselves. And a lot of men be like, well, I was there. Exactly, you was there, but not doing nothing. You crying just like the baby.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Like,
I remember one day, like, I was wore out, like just tired, just looking for like 5 minutes of sleep. And my son's father came over, and what I thought was like, okay, well, he gonna visit with his son. I get to take a nap. You know what I'm saying? My son is in the care of his other creator. Cool. I literally went to lay down, maybe 5 minutes later, was like, you got to get up, the baby hungry. And it was like, you couldn't get no milk and just put it in a bottle and feed him? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I just remember, like, I filmed him like sleeping, because as I'm holding my son, he just knocked out on the couch. And I was so upset. And it was like, even though, like, you know, and when I say upset, I'm not talking about like, look at this mother. I'm talking about some, like, I want to detach his head from his shoulders right now. Because how dare he sleep? You know, how dare he sleep? And I haven't got an ounce of sleep in God knows how long. You know, it's like I said, it's overwhelming. Like, Tia on a comment, like, you cannot express, I can't express enough how you can't express the feelings that you have, and knowing that you cannot tell it to other people, because, you know, when you're going through stuff, the main thing people say, oh, you'll be all right. Just pray about it. It won't last forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just a baby. You got the baby blues. And if people write out baby blues like that's something so easy. That's not something so easy.
That's a feeling still.
Man,
What is
I
baby
felt
blues?
Where postpartum basically. But back in the
yeah.
day, they didn't call it that. So they just said baby
Yeah,
blues.
it's like you just be in a state of down, like you just sad and
I know, like my situation, because I had my daughter at 19. I actually had postpartum depression, but at 19, I didn't know. Couldn't talk to my mom about it because she was a crackhead. So it's like you just
Go ahead, Trace.
Oh, I thought somebody said something. No, so it's like who can you talk to? So you just go about your day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then I had my son at 23, 24, had it again. But this time I'm like, this is the same thing I went through with my daughter. So then I go to my doctor. And I've had the same doctor since I was 17. So I felt comfortable enough talking to him about it. So he like, okay, let's you could go talk to a psychologist. You want to take some medicine? I'm like, no, not no medicine yet. Well, whatever. I end up getting no medicine though, because it got so bad where I never said this to like a lot of people, only like 2 people know, but I made a hit list out. And I was gonna go on a killing spree. Like all the people that had pissed me off. Be quiet. So that's how I found out that I suffer from bipolar disorder as well. So tack on postpartum depression with being bipolar. I was off the charts. I ended up getting locked up in the not the Ragley mental complex, but it's a behavioral center. It's better if you want to go there. If you got insurance, go to the behavior center. They treat you way better than the mental complex, and they got better food. Here, there, right? No, seriously, no. But like, if it wasn't for like having a good doctor for one, and like helping me out, like I really could have. I didn't plan on killing myself, but I still would have lost my kids. I would have been in prison and all type of things, right? So I kind of blame my mom too, because I'm like, if you would have been aware I'm still a kid when I had my daughter at 19, I was still living with her. You didn't see like I was struggling with things, but here, there, at like 20, 25, 26, it still lingered on. Like I couldn't balance it out because it was like some days the bipolar was taking over, the postpartum and all that. It was like I was just all over the place. Then I had to find like a medium with medicine and then with some self-care too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's was
because sometimes the medicine make it worse. I've been on so many type of damn pills.
Yeah.
And all that shit is not made for us people.
Yeah.
This color. It's not made for us. You got to be real careful.
I went through postpartum with my last child. I had my kids, my older children early, but I'm the oldest child of my siblings. So when I had my kids, my siblings was teenagers. So I had a lot of help from like my mom. Like she would take them for the summer. My 2 oldest kids, my sisters, my stepmom, my aunties, and everybody helped me out with my 2 oldest kids. So when my last son came, I was in a situation that wasn't healthy for me, period. So I was doing that basically by myself. And to tell you the truth, I didn't really have the help with him that I needed. And I cried a lot. I just really cried a lot because he cried a lot. And I didn't know what to do. Like one time he was teething and I couldn't stop him from I couldn't stop him from crying. It was like he was in so much pain and I couldn't stop him crying. Orgealed. I gave him, my mom was like, give him some Motrin and nothing worked. He just wouldn't stop crying and crying. When I literally said I gave up on my child at that moment, I laid my baby on that bed and he cried for hours. And I laid on the floor and cried with him for hours. He fell asleep. I stayed on the floor, like crying, sobbing. And I was by myself. I was in an apartment by myself. I didn't know what to do. And I was just like, I was planning on leaving my child in that apartment and just taking off. And I feel bad for saying that, but I was like, I can't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? I just will not do this no more. Like, it was bad. Like, I was always sad. And it was just like, don't get me wrong, I love my baby. That's nothing of the sort, but it was just like, it was a feeling that you couldn't explain. Right. I couldn't, like, it was just like, I hate to feel like I'm a bad mother, but it was just like, I was over it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get what I've done that before. I ain't left no house no, but I've definitely sat your nephew down when he was little and just closed the door. I was like, you gonna stretch them vocals today. Because it was like, I think too, it's just like, like I said, and it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment just having small humans, like, and it's like they can't talk, so they can't tell you exactly what the hell is wrong. You didn't did the normal checklist, like I checked your butt, you ain't wet, I fed you, I burped you, I tried to rock you to sleep, you don't want to go to sleep, so what the hell, why are you crying? You know what I'm saying? And then when you're going through all your emotions, you literally be like, shut the fuck up. And I'm just be honest, like, I used to feel like, shut the fuck up. Because ain't shit wrong with you.
Off our energy. So like when the mother is feeling sad, the baby feeling sad. We crying, they gonna cry. I've learned that.
Oh, yeah.
Psychology class.
That is very true too. Because like I said, I remember it was a lot of times where like just me crying in my little spurts or whatever, I'd be holding my son like on my chest and just as far as me like just crying and just doing that, like, you know what I'm saying, he'll start crying. It's like, the hell you crying for? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it makes sense because, like, he crying because he hear me crying, or he sensed that I'm not myself. And that was another thing too, like just around here just being sad, that I started to feel like it was weighing heavy on my children. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I have an 11-year-old too. At the time was 10. Me crying made her automatically cry. I remember it'd be times like I just be crying and she'll come out her room and she say, Mom, are you crying? I'd be like, go back in your room. But she see me crying. And then like when I get myself together, I go in her room and her eyes are red. And I ask her why she's sad. And she said, because I'm sad. So in that moment, it was crazy because I could not control it. I couldn't control like why I was sad. I couldn't control like why I was crying. I couldn't do none of that. So in ways like I used to hide my depression from my child because I didn't want it triggering her to feel sad, because there was nothing anybody was doing to me, but I didn't want to walk around with my daughter crying all day because I'm sitting here going through, you know what I'm saying, the baby blues. It was a lot.
You cry in the shower, then you get out.
Yeah, back in the day, we never seen our parents cry. If they struggled, or you could tell my mama is as bright as ebony, and if you could tell when she cried because her whole face would be puffy red and stuff like that. So when we did see her cry, it was just, we knew something was wrong, wrong, but we barely seen our parents cry. I seen this girl on TikTok, and she was on TikTok and she was screaming in the camera, and she was like, who's going to ever ask a parent if they okay? Who's going to lend a hand? Who's going to make sure that we okay to take care of these kids? Nobody offers, nobody helps, nobody. And it is just like, it's not like when you was mad at your mom. Technically, it's nobody's responsibility but ours. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we feel. We lay down and lay, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, they was like, shit, they told us, you go out there, get with your legs open, most likely this is gonna happen.
I should have listened. Keep your legs closed.
But we didn't learn. No. Nobody told us the emotional part about what was going on, what was going to happen
at all.
And that's the thing I try to instill in my kids, because my kids are grown. So if you want to have y'all make sure you ready to have kids, because it's not just, oh, I got a baby. No, emotionally it's hard. Mentally is hard, and it's very costly.
Physically, financially, emotionally, all that
is hard. And that's another thing. Our bodies change drastically, not even on the outside, on the inside. We have to deal with certain things that men couldn't imagine that we deal with after having a baby. So the support that we suggest that we need from them, they don't understand. And when you try to explain it to them, they just throw it out the window. That's my thing with it. And like I was telling my sons when I was with them this weekend, it's like y'all gotta be considerate of the person that you with. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about you. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about you, because at the end of the day, the person that you with have feelings too. They have emotions too. They going through a lot too. You know, I have to explain that to my sons, because simple fact is, I'm gonna be honest, like I didn't teach them that stuff when they was younger, but now that they older and able to get into relationships and stuff like that, I want to instill that in them. Try to let them know, like, as your mother, what I've been through, going, you know, through this stuff, and you never know what you might have to deal with. Yes, our attitudes change. Yes, we're emotional. I don't know why she crying. Did you ask? You know, did you just give her a hug and tell her it's gonna be okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that you have to teach the men too. But our parents never told us the bad things about it. Truth, I said, yeah, see, this show definitely confers. I ain't have not now, because baby, I ain't got the time. I'm already unbalanced and couldn't even imagine.
It's so hard.
The crazy part is, like, once you come out of postpartum, it's kind of like a snap of a finger. You be like, all right, let's get this shit moving. Like, you know, it's because it's not a gradual.
You wake up one day like, boom.
You literally, like, I can't even remember the day like I woke up. I just remember just feeling like I got my 2 kids, like I'm a single mother, and we're gonna conquer the world. Like, I remember that, and now it's more so of not feeling. I no longer cry because, you know, like, oh, I'm wondering. First of all, I ain't cried in a hot minute. Let me just say that.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Yes, a big blessing. But also, I feel like now, like, the things that I would worry about back then, it's like I don't even, you know, second guess it now, because I'm no longer going through postpartum. I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the happiest thing for me was my hair finally stopped falling out. Like, I was really happy about that, because again, you go through so much with just having a kid. But to go through that depression and not be able to target it to say what's wrong, and then you wake up one day and you just feel like, I'm happy. I got this beautiful child. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. You know, and we're gonna make it work. You know, and I am very blessed that I had such a great supportive system, like, behind me. Like, there was not a day where, like, I couldn't call my mom to come get my child. Now, see, in y'all situation, you know, Kiana, you know, you a fat baby, whatever like that. What I will say with Levi's, I never had to worry about that. But yet, even though I had mom here damn near every day, I still was depressed. Because it wasn't about who was here. It wasn't about what somebody was doing. It literally was a feeling inside that just triggered emotions that it triggered emotions that I felt like been just tucked down, waiting to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, cry on the toilet. I've never cried like that a day in my life. Not even with, like, somebody passing. I've never cried like that. And when I tell y'all, like, I was sobbing t-shirt was wet, face was just wet, just sobbing. And like, if I'm honest, I think I got up and I went and laid down because I was like, I think I need a nap after this. Like, I need to lay down because this was just a little bit too intense, you know. But again, like, you know, I my heart goes out to those who do have a significant other with them that's not making the journey out of postpartum as comfortable as it can be. You know, I fortunately didn't. I mean, I went through like the verbal abuse that I was dealing with, you know, but at the same time, it was like, they got to go home in a little while anyway. So, you know, I ain't got to listen to this all day. But for the women that's literally like at home with somebody that is unwilling to understand where they coming from, that speaks a lot about that person on an emotional level, a mental level, a spiritual level, a moral level, that they can't even understand that, hey, for a couple of months, I'm about to go through something on and off, and I can't pinpoint it.
Because you should have a conversation while you pregnant with your husband or your mate if y'all living together.
That conversation, because some people don't go through postpartum. So that conversation can't be had. It's
50-50. Why not? Like if I was with my baby daddy, like if we was together, living together, that would be a conversation that I would have.
Even if you say like, look, this is possible that this may happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
read up on it. You got your phone in your hand all damn day. Google it.
Do you think selfish people will actually pay attention to that shit? No, because they all about them.
No.
Well, I'm gonna give you the prime example.
Before you got pregnant by the motherfucker that he was selfish, you knew that already.
Well, now in my case,
man.
In my case, that was a wolf in sheep's clothing for me. I promise you. But what I will say is when I finally expressed to my child's father that I was going through like postpartum depression, nothing. There was no reaction. There was no apology. There was nothing, because that was a narcissistic person who didn't know which way to stab me again. Because it's like, nigga, I mean, hey, I already going through shit. What more can you do?
Right.
You know? And it was like, damn, I don't know how else to attack her because she already low. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, fortunately for women, we bounce back. There are some women, there has been plenty of cases where
I made my hit list and I was going to kill these people for that main reason.
I know you back there while you had a hit list. Tia said the crazy part is there's no book, no remedy, nothing that anyone can tell you that can really help you. And that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to come up out of that, try to come up out of that yourself, unless you like trees, you know.
Dr. Sanders. Shout out to Dr. Sanders. That's my name.
I mean, honestly, all you can do is now the fact that I do makeup, I've done at least 3 women makeup in the past couple of months who were about to give birth. And we talked about postpartum, and I shared with them that I experienced postpartum depression. And the best advice I give them is give yourself some grace. Like I tell them to give yourself some grace. Don't ever feel like you're doing it wrong, because that's your household. Those are your kids. That's your child. Can't nobody tell you, you know what I'm saying, what you are doing right, what you are doing wrong in your household. You raise your kid how you want to raise them. You ain't going to do everything right. But as long as that kid is still breathing, you're perfectly fine. So, okay. I mean,
hello. True stop. Wait, true stop. True stop. I had that damn fake baby in high school and left that motherfucker right on the bus. So yeah, that day I said motherhood ain't for me. That's right
I
there.
Hope they
kept my
CPS
legs closed.
on your ass. Leave the baby on the bus. Baby on the bus.
I just feel like, you know, emotionally, we don't know how to control it. And I just feel like our partners or our significant other or whoever we dealing with at that time, I just feel like if y'all in that situation where y'all close, should have a little bit of understanding, should want to help out a little bit, should want to, you know, ask, is you okay? Because we do it for them. Them niggas always depressed. For some reason nowadays, niggas always depressed.
I always want their back rubbed, they head rubbed, stress out for them all day.
So they more depressed than we is. Like
it could be that the restaurant wasn't open for them. Like it just be small stuff for them. But you know, there is women who could not beat depression. There's women who took their life along with their children's life.
Yes,
who just took their kids' life because they thought that, you know what I'm saying, that would alleviate it, and it didn't do nothing for them. There was that one girl, I forgot her name, where she reached out for help. That girl cried out for help, kept telling people that motherhood was hard with 2 kids. She kept saying it. It took for her to take her own life, people to be like, oh man, I wish you would have called and talked to me. I wish you would have did this. I wish you would have did that. Blah, 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 blah. And don't get me wrong. You know, I see people still post up on Facebook sometimes, and sometimes I check on them. Sometimes I don't, depending on how many times you cry wolf on them, you know. But there is some times where, like, I want to inbox people like, you all right? You cool? You know what I'm saying? You got me. You know, because whether we talk like that or we don't, everybody needs somebody. And that's why, you know, like I said, when the women that come sit in my chair to get their makeup done, they're about to have a baby, my best advice is just give yourself some grace. And the only reason I said it, because I know it is going to be some times where you're going to feel like a failure. Yes. And there's nothing that you can do about that, because that's just part of being a new mom. That's part of postpartum. It's part of postpartum depression. And what I notice is that more Black women are experiencing postpartum depression than the average, you know. And what we are seeing it in the news too, that more Black women are experiencing, and I don't know what triggers it. I didn't read up on the scientific behind it, but I think it just has a lot to do with a lot of the weight that we're already carrying on our shoulders, just to be in this world, and then to have another kid come in the world, and then a lot of times we are single women. You know what I'm saying? Raising these babies. So that's pressure on top of that. And then these unidentified, you know, emotions that we're having, and we can't pinpoint them and we can't fix them. There's nothing to just fix it. It's triggering, and the way it's too heavy on us. And it is one of the things, like me experiencing postpartum depression with my son. Had I not had mom come to the house almost on a daily to get Levi, I don't know where I would have been. Had I not have just family wanting to come over just to see him, you know, and we laughing and we joking and stuff like that, I don't know if I didn't have those little moments where my mind would drift off too. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, an idle mind makes your mind wander, but an idle mind also triggers that depression to just be right there in your face. You know what I'm saying? You can, like I said, I suppress mines a lot, because if I told anybody, it was like, what can you do? If there's nothing that I can do for it, what the hell can you do for it? So I'm just going to deal with it, because I do know that it don't last forever. So I did know that. It was more so like, I'm going to just deal with it. And, you know, when it's over. But I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish postpartum depression on no woman. You know, you feel, especially like, just like I said, just postpartum period, like you feel like, man, my body out of whack all the time. I know I even went through it. Like, I have arthritis in my spine right now, and it was like, how the hell did that happen? You know, when I was pregnant with my daughter, my balance was off. Like, to this day, she is 11 now. To this day, when I stand up for a long time, my body started to sway over to the side. Kids change your body. As a woman, you know, we care about how we look. We care about keeping ourselves up. We care about not being beautiful for no man, but being beautiful for ourselves. And when we cannot control that, or when our body is feeling like it is breaking down on us, eventually that comes to the outside of us, and we start critiquing on the outside of us. We start feeling like, oh my God, like I am ugly. You know what I'm saying? Me losing my hair. If you remember, sister, like I literally was wearing my hair in a ponytail a lot, because like my hair was gone on the sides, like, you know, and it would just come out because it was just shedding from having a baby. So it's like we go through so much to bring a human life into this world, but nobody ever pinpoints the aftermath of regrouping yourself to deal with it and to be turned back into yourself. You didn't carry the baby for 9 months, almost 10. You didn't carry the baby.
A whole human.
A whole human. And you know what I'm saying? And you get out. Now, you know what? I remember this time around with my son, I bought so much like postpartum, like just stuff, like to feel like, girl, you're gonna be, because I was watching YouTube videos and them women on there was like, oh yeah, I just gave birth to my baby hours ago. Look at me, makeup all way done, and I'm in a cute robe, and my baby in a matching robe, and we're just fine. I remember feeling like that when I came home. I had on Depend. Okay. She was burning at the nurse. I was just like,
not even close.
Yeah, like I'm ready to lay down. Like
so unattractive to have just have a baby. Like people be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my hair done," and
well, I did have my hair done though.
And this, it was just like, it's so totally different. I swear to God, you come out with the worst.
Let me take a picture.
Stitches in your cooter cat.
Stitches from the front to the back. Okay?
Man,
that shit hurts.
Y'all just don't know. Men don't understand what it feels like to have menstrual cycles. My BDE said one time, you aren't used to that yet. They couldn't walk a day in our shoes. Hell, not even 20 minutes in our shoes.
Not even close.
I always tell women all the time, I say, we are the strongest species because
of course
we can't even, the pain alone in labor. Men swear, oh, it ain't nothing but period cramps. Period cramps hurt too, but this shit is undescribable what you go through. Like, it's like the inside of your body is tearing apart. Like, it's so bad.
You can jump inside your stomach.
I don't know what was worse, going into labor or having COVID, because them motherfuckers was like, we was up to here. I thought I was dying in both of them.
You're like, what is this human doing to me right
Jesus
now?
Christ.
Like they trying to kill us from the inside out. Like, what the hell?
And we still survive.
And we get through it.
We still do it. And an hour later, after you have a baby, they make you get up and walk. Make sure your legs work.
When I had my daughter, I passed out in the bathroom. No lie. Kelly, you was there. I passed out in the bathroom because they tried to make me get up and sit on the toilet. And next thing you know, I had an ammonia packet being under my nose. And I remember waking up like, what the hell is that? Like, that's real. The people came with a wheelchair because they didn't press the emergency button. My mom was sitting out in the room telling them, no, we don't need no wheelchair over here. Not knowing the whole time I done passed out in the bathroom. Because, I just delivered a human. Y'all want me to stand up?
No.
Get up and walk.
Let me tell y'all the story of Ebony delivery, though. So, usually we all come together for deliveries of the kids. Back then anybody can be in the delivery room, so it was a lot of us in there looking at the coochie and stuff like that, and baby being delivered. You know what I'm saying? So Ebony had ate all day, right? So she was like, "Dang, I'm hungry. So it was time for her to push, and she told the doctor, I think that's why her ass passed out, because the blood had rushed her head. Because she asked the doctor, she's like, well, if I push the baby out, I can eat right after, right? And the doctor said, yeah. I swear to God, when that doctor said push, Abby pushed Malia out. And what was it?
4. 1, 2, 3, bow. There she go. I was hungry.
It was quick as hell. We looking like, what the hell
and the crazy part is, like, I ripped myself pushing her out because I was pushing when I wasn't contracting, but it doesn't matter. I was hungry. I had to go. With my son, the same. With Levi, I had Levi fast too. With Levi, my nurse, she was old school, and they wanted to give me a C-section. And the lady was like, she's like, I've been here with you all day. I'm not leaving here until you push that baby out. I said, okay, I'm cool with that because I didn't want nobody cutting my stomach either. So she came back. I said, my mouth is so dry. Like I won't, just let me chew a pinch of ice. She said, no. She said, you're about to push. She was like, you can't. Da, da, da. Now at that time, I'm like, what the hell is a big deal about drinking some water? Like, you know, what my upper body got to do with my lower body? I'm here to tell y'all right now, it has a lot to do with it. So she gave me a cup. She told me to eat 2 ice cubes. Like she gave me, she said 2 ice things, right? Well, my mouth was dry, so I swallowed some water. And she said, you drank that water, didn't you? And I said, no. She said, lying ass. That's exactly what the nurse said to me. And when she said that, I started laughing. But me laughing, I started choking, and then I started throwing up. And as I'm throwing up, Lisa, my other sister, was there. And she had the little cup thing, and I'm just throwing up. And the nurse like, go ahead, keep pushing. He's coming down. Keep doing what you're doing. Lady, I don't want to keep throwing up. Like, stop this up here. I'm about to die here. Like, you know, and that's how I pushed Levi out. I pushed Levi out fast too, because I was choking though, and me choking was pushing him on down. Both of my stories was crazy, but like, yeah. We go through a lot to have children.
Yeah, I shitted on both my kids' heads, so because I ate. I was hungry.
Yeah, my oldest son, he swallowed his
clean that up.
They had to get him up out of there.
I had to eat.
My daughter, she wasn't bad. I ended up having her in Mississippi, and you know, because my first pregnancy, my mom wanted to teach me a lesson because I was a teen. So she kind of told them no meds. So I had my first son natural with no medication. Yeah, she was like, don't.
My son too.
Yeah,
it hurts.
Yeah, she was like, nah, she don't need.
No, that shit hurts. I don't see how people do natural. That hurts.
Yeah, that I had my first son naturally, and then my daughter, I was so happy I wasn't with my mama because she wasn't finna make me have her naturally. So I was down there and I was acting a fool, like screaming at her, and she was on the phone. She was like, "Shut up, all that screaming."
No. See, that's look. Labor in itself. I remember when I was in the hospital with Levi giving birth to him, it was a lady next door, and I say just screaming. I was like, at that point, give me an epidural. I got an epidural with both my kids, so I didn't feel shit. Like, you know, let me know. I feel it. My booty hurt. Yep, it's time to push. Like I didn't feel nothing, and I'm not knocking on women for wanting to go natural or nothing. Kiana, you are the prime example. Going natural didn't stop you from having more kids. So
yeah, with Fat Baby, I was kind of upset with him because he the reason why I got it's FUPA that won't go away. He decided that he didn't want to come down. The nurse said he just won't come down. He just will not come down. I knew my baby was gonna be lazy, and they had to give me a C-section.
Yeah, that lasted all day. That labor.
That day, Ebony was in high school that day, and Ebony was mad at my mama because Ebony was like, so his daddy had went out of town for his grandma's funeral, and they was like, you couldn't go because we didn't want you having your baby down there in Louisiana. So I stayed at my mama's house. I ended up going into labor, and my mom was at work, and Ebony was in her last year of high school at that time. And Ebony was at the house getting ready for school, and I was sitting up, bent over, and Ebony was like, "Are you about to have a baby?" Like she was more excited than anything. I was like,
I actually said, "I ain't going to school."
She was like, "I have to go to school." You know what I'm saying? So she ended up going with me to the hospital or whatever, and my mama ended up coming, and Ebony got mad because she was like, I sat up here all day. You mean to tell me I can't be up here while you had a baby? But Fat Baby was the one that I had to have a C-section with. I hate they had to cut me, but they did. They end up cutting me, and then which made it better after when I was I said I was never giving a man another child, and 6 weeks later I had my tubes tied, burnt the clip.
You know what? Me honestly, like me now saying that I don't want no more children comes from the postpartum depression. Like that's honestly what I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to.
You was talking about not having more kids when you had Malia, though.
Man,
But let me tell you. So I'm gonna tell y'all this story too. So Ebony wasn't planning on having no more kids when she had Malia, but Malia is a baby's baby. Like she like other babies. Like she like babysitting. She like holding babies. Like Ebony had to buy her one of them real dolls, silicone dolls and stuff. Yeah. So she wrote a letter to Mother Goose. Like, yes, Ebony has that. That's Ebony's child. Like Malia, like she's very. So she wrote a letter to Mother Goose, like a real life, like, Mother Goose, can you please give me a sibling? And this and gave it to Ebony.
Why you gotta leave her right
and
now.
That's why she ended up getting pregnant. She
ended
up.
Your house, Ebony,
listen. 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 And I'm gonna open the windows this time. Hear it thrown out. Okay. Look, I want to air my house out after I got done burning sage. I need to air the house out.
But Malia is a big help. Like Malia goes in and get her brother. Like Ebony will go to bed, and Malia, if Levi not sleep, she goes in and actually get him and puts him to sleep and stuff like that, and sit there and watch movies with him and stuff. Like she's a big help. I was like, shit, damn. Like,
another thing too is like Malia helped me a lot. She helped me a lot when I was going through the depression too, because again, like I said, it's like she would see me cry, whatever, like that. But a lot of times, like if I tell her like watch your brother or something like that, just so I can get away and just not see kids, she would do that. Like she literally would take her brother and sit on the couch or be in her room or something like that. I never worried about her like hurting him being so little, because like she was prepared. Okay, she was prepared. So it was just like, like I said, like, that was helpful too. Like, sister, I didn't know that you had postpartum depression, but again, I wouldn't have been able to know what the hell to tell you, what the hell to do. Even if you expressed it to me, I probably was like, what the hell is that? And would have went on about my way.
Mama knew. That's why when I was like, she was like, yeah, Kiana, you should do the show, because she was like, I remember when you had it, because I was calling her, you know what I'm saying? I was living way out in Joliet at the time. So, sometimes I just be out there by myself, but at that time it was just like it was a feeling of like you couldn't explain the feeling, like you didn't know why you like Emmy said, you didn't know why you felt like that. Like it was just like, and me as a person of me, like me crying is me as being a weak person. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just weak at this point. Like, your emotions take over. And me, I just feel like I shouldn't be crying. I'm supposed to be the toughest person in the fucking world. Why am I fucking crying? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I sad? Why do I just want to leave my baby and run the fuck off? Like, I just
feel like if you tell somebody, then they gonna look at you like, damn, you a bad mother.
And you gotta realize everybody gonna critique you. You know.
Yeah. And and here's the thing though.
You're gonna be like, damn, if I tell somebody, they're gonna be like, damn, you don't know how to be a mother.
And Tree's not lying, because I see it enough on social media where so many people, like the first thing that somebody would be like, well, you shouldn't have had kids if you want. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, ain't nobody say I didn't want my kids.
Nobody said that.
It's rough right now because I'm going through these emotions.
If you need a break from your kids, you're not a good parent. Who the fuck? What?
Who want to be with their kids 24/7? Somebody, you need a break.
When you at work, don't you get a fucking lunch break? Don't you get a lunch break at work? Same difference. Being a parent is a job.
Y'all just don't understand how happy I was when COVID hit and my kids was grown. And I feel bad for you mothers that had to sit with your kids that go to school and then had to sit with them all because that school is your little break.
I remember getting on Zoom with Malia teacher, and I said, I didn't sign up to be a teacher. I have a newborn. Like it was just, and imagine that, because I forgot all about that. Imagine that. Like having to stay on top of your kid to make sure that she do her work, because now you're a teacher on top of that, then take care of a baby while still going through your postpartum depression. It was just entirely too much shit going on. Yeah. And like my sister this weekend took my kids. Like I didn't ask her to. Not at the time of my life this weekend. And I didn't even do a lot. But it was a point of knowing that, man, my sister don't even know that break came right on time for me. And I literally was able to just get out here and not have to worry about like when I got to pick up my kids or they safe or what my kids doing. I'm be honest, I didn't FaceTime my kids not one time. I didn't call to say was they all right. I didn't call, do none of that. I knew that they were safe. They was with my sister. Cool. I'm out here. And it was nice on Saturday too. I was outside. I went outside Friday night. I went outside Saturday. Sunday is I kind of like winded down a little bit, but I was still outside on Sunday. Like I just, it was a long time coming for me to have that break to where I didn't have neither one of my kids, because usually one is gone one place and the one is still here, or the other one gone somewhere and one is still here. So I still got to hear little voices, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was really nice to just be able to just literally feel like my old self for a while. Yes, I know I have kids. Yes, I know I'm a mother. Yes, I know my kids come first, but damn, you still have to have some you time. You still have to, and also too, and I know a lot of parents feel this way, those that work remote, you literally don't feel like you have any free time because you're in the house now. Yep. And me, I feel like I'm in the house even more now because my business is out of my home. So it's like when a weekend come, I can't just up and go outside. I still have to have my business running. So Monday through Friday, I'm working, being a mother, taking care of my kids. And then the weekend come, I'm dealing with clients and still dealing with my kids. I'm just in these walls. It felt good to get out. It felt good to, you know what I'm saying, be able to smile, you know, knowing my kids was safe, knowing my kids was in good arms, you know, in safe arms and all that stuff like that. But every mother needs it. And I think a lot of times too, when it comes to postpartum depression, no, you cannot control your emotions. But I think a lot is like getting out, being able to be allotted that you time to just relax and not have to hear a crying voice, not have to hear anything. Just relax. Whether that is a treat to a massage, some type of luxury pedicure, just get your feet rubbed, just something to make you feel like you are just not a mother at that moment. And that you are just, I think that every mother coming home needs that. And although I know that it's not possible in every situation, that is something like you are in a relationship and you under that roof, do that. Do that. Make that happen for your significant other. Give them that type of getaway so that they can regroup if it's only for an hour or two. It's so important, and a lot of people lose sight of that too.
Yeah, they feel like we can do it all. Be a mother, be a wife, be a girlfriend, take care of the household, take care of the personal things that you have to take care of in the relationship that runs the household. And
it don't work that way.
And work.
Friday to Sunday, I'm a deadbeat mama. Them the days I'm a deadbeat. Friday starting at 2:30 p.m. to Sunday evening, I'm a deadbeat mama. Them the only 3 days you call me deadbeat.
Josh said she ain't got no kids on weekend.
I'm not even a mama. Them not even my kids. I put their numbers on block list. Put the daddy on block list. I don't know y'all. Last weekend I was a good mom. I went to the zoo in the fucking rain, okay? With a baby, with kids, spent all my money. So you know what? Come Friday, and it's my birthday. I don't know y'all.
But now that my kids are older, I do miss sometimes having kids. So I would get my nieces and nephews for about a week. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like because when my kids are grown, once a month, let's hang out.
You know, like y'all come over, you know, keep me company. We do TikToks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
But the kids love her now because she the cool auntie.
you know, she be having fun. Like Malia come in like yesterday. she loved my wig. So she come in the house yesterday. Now I had boiled this wig and put it out on the thing to dry. And Malia come right through the door like, "Oh, a wig!" and went to grab it, and Abby's like, "No, not that wig." Huh? You gotta boil it to bring it back to life, and then take all the glue and stuff off of it. So I put it in a pot and boiled.
Very weird.
I don't know shit about boys.
You know, get the glue and the makeup and stuff off of it and stuff like that, you know.
Oh, probably because I blew my shit down.
Every night it was funny because I put it in the pot and she started smelling something. She was like,
right, what is that?
Did you put it in the microwave?
I know what was going on. Is it burning? What is it doing?
But no, sometimes once they older, like me, I deal with older kids, like babies and stuff. I don't really deal with. I try to deal with Levi, but he don't fool with me. So I leave him over there with his mama, you know. You know, and he don't fool with me on purpose. Like I've been in this relationship for 2 years now, and he don't fool with me at all. Like every time I come over, like he won't give me a French fry, nothing.
Maybe you should lock him in a closet.
Hey, Alex, Corey. But yeah, postpartum is a big. I just feel like JoJo really made me do this show because
I have to watch that.
Because girl, he pissed me off so bad.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I was talking about that for a long time because it was just like, and I think they gonna end up probably getting a divorce because he the type of person that don't like to look bad because he would say like things like, "Oh, we gonna do this on camera." JoJo on Growing Up Hip Hop, like he try to send the cameras away.
Got too many kids for you not to understand that. That's why it's like that's something he just doing.
But he probably seen that's probably why the mom and daddy got divorced because you know Russell Simmons ain't not Russell. Ron is not with his JoJo and Angela and their mama. He with Diggy and their mama.
But still, yeah. she had a baby. Right. When she was pregnant, he was still in the household.
But my thing is, like,
light-skinned niggas, I can't stand him.
He's not light-skinned.
He a part of them. He might as well put his ass over there.
But I didn't like the fact that he kept saying, "What about me? We've been through this before. Cool. We've been through this before." Like she dealing with a 2-year-old and a newborn baby, and she told you, "I'm insecure about my body. I'm not feeling it." You know what I'm saying? Plus, I gotta cook, clean, and you're not helping with none of this. You're not helping with none of this.
Diapers, burping,
and he was like, it's still no time for me. And it was just like, how selfish could you be?
Ignorant.
I don't even have time for me, let alone have time for you. Got mad because she said, "I'll go to the store for you after I finish doing what I'm doing." He got mad. "Well, I go myself."
The fuck is you talking about? Who going to the store?
I think that's why I probably would never be a wife. Because that right there, the selfishness of it all was just not okay. And that's why I was like doing the postpartum episode. And then I seen the girl crying on TikTok or whatever. And I had to comment on her stuff.
And I'm like, her not to be crying in front of the world. Don't do that.
Girl, so many people crying on here. On social.
TikTok is just a crybaby fest now.
Look,
I'm not uploading no video crying.
People be crying and be like, "Click the link in my bio."
My thing is, do you set up the camera first and be like,
right. How many takes did it take for you to get that video with your ass crying?
If you can set up that camera, you don't need to be crying.
Exactly. You
imagine crying like, "Should I do this?" Is a key.
Right. You got your ring light all set up. You just crying. That's your face.
That's that. Look, that's how it be though. But you know what the thing is, like, because there are so many men in the world, and I'm not taking up for the men who are just ignorant to postpartum depression, but because men will never be able to relate to women,
right?
going through it, never be able to say like, man, I know where you're coming from. It is up to us women to uplift the next mother, to tell her that she's doing a good job, to tell her to give herself some grace, to tell her that it ain't gonna last forever, to tell her that, you know what I'm saying, the way that you are raising your child is perfectly fine. You know, it's up to us to give those encouraging words, because here's the thing, like, a man can tell me all day that I'm doing great as a mother. But when I hear that from another mother, that makes me, it gives me chills, because it's like, you see me, girl. Yes, I'm doing this for my kids.
And
you know,
give props to other women.
Huh?
Women barely give props to other women.
Now, see, that's not me. I like giving it, because you know what? You never know who day you may make. And I hear that a lot from my friends. Like, they was like, Ebony, you always check on us. You always say uplifting things. I make sure to tell my friends that they're doing a great job. Never second guess what they're doing. And I don't care who I'm talking to. Whenever I hear somebody beating up on themselves, give your damn self some grace. You ain't perfect. Nobody is perfect. Sometimes you have to step back and be like, damn, I fucked that up. Okay, well, you know, today I ain't do my A1 best as a parent. Hell, I forgot to feed my son breakfast this morning. I woke up feeding him some corn chips from Aldi's. Don't give a damn. I winded up feeding him later. He's still here. He's still surviving. He's still a kid. I'm still a great mother. You know, one bit of
did he die?
Okay.
Did he die?
His nana came over though and watched how he ate an orange and then automatically assumed he was starving all day. But that's a whole other story, because that's his nana. But it's like, you know, it's like,
look, nana the reason I don't like he is big boned.
You know,
Malia.
Man, but you know, it's one of those, like I said, you have to uplift the next woman. Even if, you know, you ain't got too much nice things to say about her. Never shun a woman, a mother. Never, never. The way, and what makes me mad the most is that I can't stand when I see women down to other, like, mothers for giving their kids, like, snacks and shit like that. Like, why are you giving that baby gummy worm? Why are you giving that baby that? Shut the fuck up. They're not asking you to buy their grocery. They can't eat, and at the end of the day, now if that kid grow up with having little silver little caps on their teeth, let that be their worry and their dentist bill. But it shouldn't. It's not your worry. That kid, they got a roof over their head, they got food in their stomach. You should not worry about that. And the thing is, like, another thing I can't stand when I see, and I've seen this too, a woman going through like postpartum depression or just postpartum, and a woman who has no children commenting on that.
Right.
I cannot stand
it. With no kids, always have a comment on how you raise your kids too.
And you will never know what it is like to be a mother. I don't give a damn how many kids you done babysat. I don't give a damn how many times you've been around your family members and watched how they did it or taught you how to do it, until you have your own child, until it is them sleepless nights when your kid is sick, until it's them times when ain't nobody around with just you and your kid, and you got to figure out a way to do A, B, C, D, whatever that may be, until it's them days when you just in the house with your children and you know that you got to put that cape on your back and be superwoman for your children. You have no right to judge another woman with how she's raising her children. That's not your place. That's not your platform. That's not your turn. That's not your concern. And a lot of women who are childless have the audacity to do that. And it annoys the fuck. I've blocked so many women for that shit. Because it's just like, you know, my mouth is a little bit violent. Let me go ahead and block you, because what you're saying right now don't make sense. And what you're saying right now is something that you better hope to God you get to experience one day. So that the day that you feel like you're going to look down on the next mother, it'd be the day where you experience the exact same thing, where you put yourself in her shoes and be like, oh, I get it now. Like, I'm going to be honest, like, I think a lot about like how our childhood was, like when mom had gave us to like our dads and stuff like that. I feel like mom was going through her it wasn't even postpartum, because hell, I was a toddler and everybody was like kids and stuff like that. But I felt like as I got older, I see why she did it.
Right.
I see why she did it. I see why she literally said, look, you niggas ain't doing what y'all supposed to do. Right. And I need help. Exactly. And since y'all don't want to help me,
she did.
There you go. Let y'all see how it is. And guess who fucking failed?
Yeah.
My daddy did. He failed.
That's what I do every Friday.
Yeah.
And the thing is, let me tell you something, Trees. I bet you your baby daddy it better not ever complain, because what you do for 2 days don't compensate the other 5 days during the week.
Yep.
It don't compensate it, and it never will, because at the end of the day, when you send your kids, they well groomed. You ain't sending your kids dirty, hungry, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you already on a good start with them. You ain't got to rev up the motor for nothing. They already going. You just got to make sure this motor's still going by the time they come back to me. You know, and that's again, that's just part of the other little thing that us mothers have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just we have to worry about little things. I can't send my kid out the house looking all crazy and stuff like that because somebody gonna judge me. I think that's the number one thing for us, that we worry so much about being judged as a mother. You know what I'm saying? And the stress alone from that gets to us. The stress alone from that makes us feel like, am I doing this right? Somebody gonna say something. And I literally have my dad. I don't give a shit. Say. I bet you won't say it to me.
Exactly.
I bet you won't say it to
anybody else, but don't say it to me.
Yeah, just don't say it to me. So I always say, give yourself some grace. Never feel like you're doing it wrong. Never feel like there's somebody is a better mother than you. Never feel that, because the thing is, your kids don't know that. Your kids don't know, you know what I'm saying, like unhappiness until you show them unhappiness. As far as like the emotional, I always tell people all the time, like, my child thinks me telling her to clean her room and that she can't get Roblox money is the end of the world. That's trauma for her. And guess what?
Yes,
I take that any day than knowing that the burden of what other things can happen to my child be weighing on her. So again, we as mothers, of the fact that our generation is breaking generational curses with how our parents was raised and how they were, were taught to raise their kids and stuff like that. We're different. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go to bat for our kids. We're going to make sure our kids are spoiled and all that. Well, call it spoiled. I just call it, if I got it, my kids can get it.
That's why I was telling my boys this weekend. I was like, y'all don't know what I've been through to make sure y'all didn't know y'all struggled. You know what I'm saying? I made sure y'all had shoes, clothes, good birthdays, roof over y'all head, everything. I made sure you had everything you needed, and sometimes damn near everything you wanted, but you didn't know what I had to do. I wasn't at home a lot. Guess what? I had to work a lot. Y'all they don't look at things like that as children. They can't go with their friends, or they can't do this, or they can't have this, or something of that be, long as that, like Amy said, long as that's the only thing that pisses them off, we're doing good, because it's people out there with kids that don't even want to be in their homes.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was kids that was out for COVID that wish they was in school because they didn't want to be at home. So, you know what I'm saying? As mothers, we do the jobs we supposed to do. It's hard. It's very hard. And it's very stressful. But we do it. We do it. And don't have a man too. Because that's another child.
I'm going to be honest with you. And I may get some slack for this, but as you know, my daughter's father was gone for 7 years, almost 8 years. My son's father, we weren't together when I had my son, but he was here. And a lot of times I tell people, like, I'm kind of glad that I was by myself for that 7 years, as far as not having him around, because there was no room to be disappointed. There was no room to ask for something and not get it. Like, I knew that whatever my daughter needed, I had to do it. And God damn it, I was going to do it. So there was no stress of having to worry about, can I depend on him? Is he going to do it? Don't get me wrong, he's home now. Their relationship is beautiful. I never interfered with it. You know what I'm saying? My daughter has a father. It's a beautiful thing to see. Like, I'm at that point now, I can sit back and I could be like, look at them, But during the years that he was gone, I knew that at the end of the day, like, look, my daughter needs some Pampers, I gotta buy them. Well, not that because she was 4, so she was out of Pampers, but like, my daughter needs some shoes, I gotta buy them. She needs some clothes, I gotta buy them. School supplies, I gotta buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Toys, I gotta buy them. I don't have to wait around for nobody. And that's why I say, like, you know, you go through the different emotions of going through things. Like, we can sit and talk all night about the things that mothers do or whatever, you know, having on our back. But going back to the postpartum topic, being postpartum and single at that's a whole different type of emotion, because
but do you think being postpartum and single is different from being postpartum and in a relationship with
no, because lonely is lonely. No, because, well, it isn't if your partner does not understand what you're going through. It is if you have a partner that is trying to accommodate how you're feeling. It is if you have a partner who is willing to try to alleviate any type of stress that they feel that they can remove from you and take away from you. That's the only difference I see. But if you're in the house with somebody that don't give a damn that you're going through postpartum depression, then no, it's no difference. It's none at all, you know. And I just want to say this to the women who are experiencing it. Like, it will be okay. Like, you know, you will wake up one day and you will be out of it. Just don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your children. Don't ever think that what you're doing is not right. Don't ever feel like, you know, you're a failure. You know, them days you got to cry it out. Cry that shit out. Cry it out. Cry it out.
It's healthy. It's healthy to cry.
It is.
To cry, because at the end of the day, you know, now, and I ain't even got no small kids, but sometimes that cry, baby, honey, you need it sometimes, because you still have your days and sometimes with life, period.
I remember being bottled up, like just feeling like during my pregnancy, I was told I was being mean, which I was. I was tripping with Levi.
Girl, oh my God, that Christmas, oh my fucking,
they was late. They were late, but
I don't know if it was her hormones or what, but that Christmas, she just was like, fuck all y'all, fuck this Christmas, don't play none of my games I brought over here.
And I left.
She left the family for Christmas.
And I blocked everybody.
I was like, Mom was like, I don't even, it's the hormones. It got to be, it's that baby.
But you know what's crazy though? It's like I still remember like being pregnant, and like I said, like during my pregnancy, I was going through like the verbal abuse and stuff like that. So I was bottling up those emotions. And then like after I had Levi and having like the postpartum depression, my part of like when I would cry about the things too that happened while I was pregnant still. Like I was finally just like letting everything out, just like get up out of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like cry it out, let it out. You know, I tried journaling, like to
do that work. A lot of people tell me to journal. Do that work?
Yeah, not for me, it didn't, because it only made me mad rewriting the shit I was feeling. Like, you know, it was like, nah, I can't do that. If somebody comes across this journal, then they read it, then they gonna know my business, and I don't want nobody to know. It was just like, journaling is not for me. I've tried it before. It's not for me. However, journaling is an outlet. Me personally, I have a village. I like to, like, when I be telling y'all about my like situations I've been going through, I be feeling fine after I get it off my chest. I sleep great at night. Great. Because you know, you let it out. But again, like I said, postpartum is it's such a sad thing. Like, I wish that there was something that women could to do to avoid all of that. You know, it makes you, like I said, I don't want to have no more kids just because postpartum. I don't want to have no more kids anyway. But the icing on the cake really was postpartum depression. Like, I'm not going through this shit again. I'm definitely ain't finna lose my hair again. I'm not finna lose my hair. I'm not finna lose sight of feeling pretty. You know, I'm not about to feel like I don't want my children. You know, I don't never want to feel like that again. Because the crazy part is your postpartum depression doesn't only just target that baby that you just had. It's all your kids. It's you in your mental, like, why are these kids here? Why did I have these kids? Am I doing a good job as their mother? It's not just this baby, it's all of your seeds. So I don't want to go through it again.
Definitely.
People hate when we say that, like, fuck these kids.
Fuck 'em.
But
right.
We love them.
it.
On the weekends, it's fuck them.
I can't wait to get to that point. Fuck, get your shit. It's time to go. You can't stay here. Like, you know, I can't wait to get to that point where, because like I said, this past weekend was just, man, I've been missed. I felt like a young adult again, you know. I ain't got to worry about coming home to nobody. I'm outside kicking it like
home later than I did, and I was at a party. I'm at the house like, dang, she ain't even here yet.
I had a blast. Like I said, I was outside just enjoying life, and mothers need that. And a lot of people lose sight of that. People feel like because you have a kid that you always got to be with your kids, or that you don't deserve no me time. Hell, you met me when I was by myself. Why can't I be by myself any other time? Kids need, I be feeling like kids need a break from their parents too sometimes.
They do. We get on their nerves. We get on their goddamn nerves. We do.
I know I get on my daughter's nerves.
I think they be happy when they do leave. Like when you leave out and it was gone and stuff, they wasn't in a rush to get back to you. You know?
I hear my kids whispering about me all the time. They think I don't hear it. I got a good left ear. I hear all that.
They be tired shit. We yell because a lot of times we yelling out time for them to do some shit, and you know, or to make them do
they
some
be
shit.
Like, why she asked for the remote and it's right there? Because I don't feel like getting out of my spot. Go get it. No.
Because I'm comfortable.
Dang, she couldn't turn the light off. No, I could not.
I miss that stuff though.
I
gotta actually get my remote
you be in your bed, you be in that groove. You don't want to get out the groove of the bed. Like, go turn the damn light off.
You ain't lying, Trish, because if I'm turned like a good way, baby, I ain't moving. This is the
no,
spot.
this is my thing, because my room in the back, I'd be like, who's that up? Which one? Whoever it is, give me a bottle of water.
Yeah.
All you hear is, why do you get up then? You up? I hear you getting up. Go bring me a bottle of water.
Like I said, it's a beautiful thing being a mother, and that only goes to show you know that if we can make it through postpartum, we can make it through postpartum depression, how strong we are as women. To even be sitting around now to be able to talk about the struggles of when we first had our children, and you know how we didn't think we was going to recover from or snap out of it. It literally is a beautiful motherhood is a beautiful thing. It's nothing. At the end of the day, there's nothing I regret about being a mother. At the end of the day, I don't, there's nothing that I would take away from my two kids. Now, had they got into this world or anything, like, I love being a mother to my children. And I also like knowing that I have experience now under my belt to be able to encourage the next woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's scared or feel like this her first time having a child. I love now talking to women who had little sons younger than my son. And I be giving them advice like, yo, be prepared for this. Be prepared for that. These little boys, they different than little girls. You know, it's all real well-rounded, you know, goodness. And like I said, at the end of the day, you know, women need to be able to talk to each other, to give insight to things.
She retarded.
Y'all gotta get Alexis plugs. Alexis turned off the lights and get a mini fridge next.
No, that's why we got the kids. The kids,
see, that's for single people. No, the kids, with no children. The kids are your Alexa and your mini fridge.
Maid, your butler, your cook.
And don't let them get no licenses
My daughter.
Go to the store. Go to the store. You sit into the store about 5-6 times.
No, when she drive, I get in the back. You my Uber. Thank you.
Ebony I got froze.
No, but it took for my daughter. Her birthday was last month for her turning 17, and I was like, damn, like I really been doing this.
Ebony, can you hear me?
Years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave myself
you was frozen
on the back because my daughter, she's 17. She get good grades. She got 2 jobs. She a virgin. She don't boys.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, I did a good job.
You did a good job
having her real.
Job well done.
And you try to break that curse because we was teenage mothers, and I was just like, dang, I didn't want my daughter to be a teenage mother, you know, and stuff. We actually did pretty good by breaking the generational curse with that. Curse with that
because you got 2 jobs now, and I barely got 1. I feel some type of way. How much money you got in your bank account? How much money you got?
Yeah, like
I just want to know.
But yeah, postpartum is
probably got more than me.
It's very serious. Leave her alone. Postpartum is very serious, and at the end of the day, supporting a person that's going through it, they might not tell you, but you can see the change in the behavior. You can see that something is not right, especially if you really know a person. You know, there's nothing somebody can do about it, but it's okay to ask if they need anything, need any help with anything, you know, anything, you know, but
or seek help. Like I said, my doctor was a good help to me. Hopefully other people got a good relationship with their doctor. Otherwise,
a lot of people won't go to therapy. You know how Black folks are.
I'm talking about my primary doctor.
Oh, yeah. But
either way, yeah. Even if it's your friend's family, seek help.
Yeah, seek help. Hey, Javaris, seek help. Make sure that if you're in a relationship, if you're in a relationship and your woman just had a baby or got some kids, check on her constantly.
And they better get it together.
You know, just don't think about your needs at that time because you're gonna be neglected. Okay, you are going to be neglected for a little bit.
And why you ain't worried, tied up with the baby anyway, worried about yourself? Okay. Go grab a diaper or something.
Change your pamper.
So,
right.
Rock this baby to sleep. Sing a lullaby.
Okay.
Cue music, bitch. You doing a good job, bitch. Your style ass is crazy.
Well, thank you, friend. Thank you.
Well, I thank Ebony for coming on, and I appreciate you telling your story. I am going to ask your baby daddy to be a part of one of my shows.
What?
You know which one? I ain't got to, the first one. I'm gonna do one with the rehabilitated people that got out of prison. You know, Javaris.
Look, I'm gonna have to prep him. I'm gonna have to prep him.
I'm gonna ask him. You know, like, look, warn him that I'm gonna ask him. You know, he gonna want to do it though, right?
I know.
So,
okay.
See, let me tell you something. Then y'all gonna be like, girl, this who your baby daddy is? Like, give me some grace.
It's gonna be 2 of my cousins, him and my son. So yeah. So we're gonna get that together. You know, our life after prison is different. So I just wanna, see how they adjusted to the world and everything, so. But thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Talk is Cheap with Kiana J. I am your host, Kiana J. If nobody told you, I am going to tell you, I love you. Bye.